Right around 6 o'clock this evening, just a little before 6, officers from our ISU unit were out looking for a homicide offender from earlier this year. They made contact with the homicide offender. As officers ordered the homicide offender to stop, the individual fled through an open field just to the west of us, and at that point in time produced a firearm from his body. Officers gave him several warnings. They did deploy less lethal a number of times. The individual is running towards area with housing and civilians armed with a firearm. At this point in time, there were shots fired. The individual is taken into custody and is transported to a local hospital where he's being tended to. I believe he's in critical condition at this time. No officers were injured. Firearm, or what appears to be a firearm, was recovered on scene, and the scene will be processed through the rest of the night. Our detective units have been extremely busy this week. This is the 8th homicide offender that they've taken into custody this week alone. It's unfortunate that this incident ended this way, but we will be out here the rest of the night investigating to see exactly what happened and recovering evidence.
Do we know if he pointed or fired the gun?
It's unknown. I watched the video. It's hard to tell from the distance of the video.
How many officers fired?
At this point in time, we believe there's just one officer fired. Lethal. We do know that another one did fire less lethal.
Do we know what less lethal was used?
I think a 40 was used. I know a 40 was used.
Even though he had the warrant for the homicide, did he have other prior records?
It doesn't appear he had an extensive history other than the warrant for the homicide.
How is it an adult man?
It is an adult male. Adult male.
And can you tell us what homicide?
Are you guys ready to release that or not? Not yet. Yo, we'll get it to you as soon as we can release it. I don't know if they've notified family yet.
But a homicide from this year?
Homicide
Do I hear that right?
It was this year. No,
Last year was
last year. Last year, in the fall of last year. They got the warrant this year. Any other questions?
How dangerous is it for the community knowing there are some wanted fugitives that are this racing with law enforcement?
You know, it's extremely dangerous when you have an armed individual who's fleeing from officers armed with a gun trying to get into a residential area. He's doing everything he can to get away from officers, and too many times you see situations like this where a citizen comes out, unknowingly confronts an individual like this, and they become part of the equation. So it is extremely difficult when you have an individual who's already murdered somebody armed with a gun fleeing officers into a residential area.